good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. Whatever time you found this video, I hope it has found you well. Let's see if I can fix this from wobbling so much. There, better. Alright, I have 6 boosters to open. Again with 3 Jaces. Not sure if it's because of the pack or what, but like last video. Let's start with Jace. Let's see, Alpha Protector, Vigilance Ally, Mighty Leap, Decent Pump Spell and Evasion, Consuming Sinkhole, Unnatural Endurance, I like that card a lot. Pulse of Marasa, return target creature or land card from a graveyard to its owner's hand, you gain 6 life. Excellent in Commander. Pulls back creatures, pulls back spells, you can use it on an ally, it's a terrific thing, 2-headed giant especially. Let's see, Warden of Geometries, Spawnbinder Mage, Vampire Envoy, no blue cards in this pack so far, Reality Hemorrhage, Unknown Shores, wow, no blue cards. That's very strange. Let's see, Make a Stand, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible at the end of turn. Very nice card, gets around wrath effects, anything that would otherwise completely destroy your field. You need some way to bounce back, but this you could actually use when attacking to keep your creatures from dying and let them take things out. You can also use it in blocking in a defensive way to destroy something that has been giving you trouble. Let's see, Stoneforge Acolyte. Lots of white cards in this pack, very strange. Jiraga Auxiliary. Interesting. Very interesting. And land card is a mountain. That right there. Still kind of in the shop. Angel Token. Rare card is Goblin Dark Dwellers. The quote-unquote Snapcaster Goblin. Has Menace, 4/4 for 5, one of the largest goblins as far as power and toughness to casting cost. When it enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard with converted mana cost 3 or less without paying its mana cost. If that card would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So, interesting card. Yeah, it's actually really nice. It's an enter the battlefield effect, so you can use it with Recursion, you can use it with Nim Death Mantle, you can use it with Mimic Vat. Really, really nice effect, and it makes the card essentially free to cast. So, if you look at that casting cost, you could be paying the 3 cost right there, or possibly less. So for 2 red, you'd get a 4/4 creature with Menace, and you get the effects of the others. You could play Hordling Outburst, you could play Howl of the Horde. You could play so many different cards and get some really, really nice value out of this card. Next pack. I ought to do a video about how costs are relative to what they're doing. Let's see, Shoulder to Shoulder. Ancient Crab. Maw of Kozilek. Pulse of Marasa, there's a second one of those. Unnatural Endurance, a second one of those. Vines of the Recluse. This actually, I won a game because of this card. By being able to swing out for exactly the extra 1 damage to win. But it's a decent card. Untaps a creature, gives it reach and +1/+2. Lets you take out a flying creature. We'll just put it like that. Isolation Zone. Utility card. Tar Snare. Utility removal. Reality Hemorrhage. We have Cinder Barons. We're going to put that over. It's colorless. We'll put it there. Cyclone Sire. When it dies, you get a land turns into a 3/3 elemental. Bonds of Mortality. Card draw, kind of. It's a decent effect. The land card is another mountain. Token card is a zombie, and the rare card is Nissa, Voice of Zendikar. Hey, not bad, not bad at all. 3 mana for 3 loyalty Planeswalker. You +1 to put a 0/1 plant creature token on the battlefield. -2 to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, which is an Ajani type of ability. And then -7 you gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of lands you control. So you can build up her effect pretty well, putting out the creature tokens, and then having that blocker. Being able to defend herself as a Planeswalker is incredible because you don't always see that type of utility. Usually you put out a Planeswalker, and if you don't have something that you can keep in play to keep your opponent's creatures from just attacking, you know, I mean, granted, it's a 0/1 plant token, but it is effective. And it's a green creature. It works for any effects like, well, Geo's Cradle, obviously. But again, I actually think it's a pretty nice Planeswalker. Being able to put out creatures every turn for essentially free, being able to pump up those creatures over the course of several turns, and then being able to gain life and draw cards, that's incredible. I think this is a decent Planeswalker. Pack number 3, Aquam Flameseeker, Searing Light, Negate, Zulaport Chainmage, Natural State, Witness the End, Holdout Settlement, Blinding Drone, Kozilek's Pathfinder, interesting, Essence Depleter. Hold on, Essence Depleter is a decent card. It's 2/1 black for a 2/3 creature, colorless because of Devoid. For 1/1 colorless, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That's a nice effect. You can play it with Hearthstone or in black-blue playing Training Grounds. If you have some way to reduce the cost of activated abilities, which I think we're actually gearing towards that being printed in Standard, but I don't quote me on that. Unless it happens, then quote me all you want. But anyway, Essence Depleter. Because of that swing, you pay 2 mana, your opponent's life total goes down 1, and your life total goes up 1. So that swing is very vital. It's 2 points for 2 mana. That's really, really good. Black's getting a lot of effects that can do that, and I think that's really, really, really strong. Submerged Boneyard, Immobilizer Eldrazi. Oh, that's an uncommon. Immobilizer Eldrazi, 2/1 for 2, Devoid. Creatures with toughness greater than the power can't block this turn. Stops walls. Looks like we have a foil card in this. So this should be the land. Plains. That over there. This should be the token. And this should be the rare. Dimensional Infiltrator. I've heard good things about this. It's a flash flying Devoid creature that is a mill effect as well. 2 mana, 1/1 blue for 2/1. Devoid, Flash, and Flying. So you can play this at the end of your opponent's turn, and then on your turn activate its abilities and swing out for damage. That's pretty good. If you need mana open so that you had to counter something, but then they don't cast anything during their end step, you can put this into play. Anyway, 1/1 colorless, target opponent exiles the top card of his or her library. If it's a land card, you may return Dimensional Infiltrator to its owner's hand. I don't know why you'd want to do that unless you're trying to save its effect. So, if somebody tries to kill everything in play, you can pay the 1/1 colorless, exile their card, and if it's land, you get to pull this up your hand. So it's a chance that this doesn't get destroyed. That's the only reason I can see to use that effect. But as far as if you're going with a mill strategy, Mind Shriekers just so much better. But again, if you can use blue to reduce the casting cost, the activation cost, to reduce that activated ability to just the colorless mana, that would be fantastic because you could just start milling cards 1 for 1. It's pretty powerful. And in Commander, that gives you 2 cards that can do that. We're going to set aside the foil card for now. Open the Gideon pack. Let's see. Spark Mage's Gambit. Deals 1 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures can't block this turn. That's a decent card, I think. I mean, in Limited, it's much, much more powerful. But where? You know, you have to have that situation come up. If you are playing a speedy deck, obviously being able to force creatures to let your creatures go through, that's why you play it. On the other hand, Slip Through Space is, I think, a better card. There's a lot of good cards that work with Zada now, because you can target her, copy it for all the other creatures, targeting them, and then you get to draw those cards. Netcaster Spider, Kozilek's Shrieker, Loam Larva, Scion Summoner, lots of green cards in this pack, Core Sky Climber, Zada's Commando, Crumbling Vestige, I'll put it there, Strider Harness, oh that's the uncommon, another uncommon is Embodiment of Fury, nice, 4/3 for 4 is really good, it has Trample, even better. But then it allows you to turn your lands into creatures until end of turn. Like you play the land, becomes a 3/3, then you can swing out for 7. They both have trample. That's actually this is a really nice card. I mean, think about it. You could even, you can bundle it up however you want, but it also turns land into an elemental. So green and red having access to this type of effect with Omnath Locus of Rage allows you to turn your lands into elementals, sacrifice them to something, do an extra 3 damage, etc. Let's see, I've done 1, 2, 3. Baloth Pup. Land card is Forest. Token card is Core Ally. And our rare card is Sifter of Skulls. 4 mana for 4/3, devoid. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrifice this creature, add 1 colorless to your mana pool. Very nice. You can use this with Ashnod's Altar, essentially turning all of your non-token creatures into the ability to sacrifice for 3 mana. But it works with enter the battlefield effects. It works very well with obviously Blood Artist or Zulaport Cutthroat. That's not what it is. That's not the title of it. That's not what the card is. I'm sorry. I cannot remember what the name of it is. But you get what I'm saying. Blood Artist or the Ally Blood Artist. Abstruse Interference. Aquam Flameseeker. Searing Light. Lead by Example. Untamed Hunger. Pulse of Marasa. That's our 3rd one. Sweep Away. Seer's Lantern. Tajuru Pathwarden. Vigilance Trample for 5. That's such a good card. Let's see. Expedition Raptor. I mean, we haven't seen like the old Baloth, you know, the 4/5 for 3, but we are getting some really nice cards for their mana cost. Some creatures that really get good abilities. Null Caller. Exile a creature card from your graveyard, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped. A thing. Reflector Mage. Another thing. Nissa's Judgment. A good way to clear the battlefield a little bit. Land card is Island. My favorite kind of island. Token is Knight Ally. We still have a possibility of getting all 6 lands. We have not seen any wastes yet, and we have not seen a swamp yet. But we might. Eldrazi Displacer. That's another one of those. Really, really cool card. Blue-white control will just go great. I mean, blue-white control, you can play Lavinia, you can play Deadeye Navigator, and just keep swapping her out and coming back in and detaining your opponent's cards. It's a pretty good strategy, I think. Cultivator Drone. Put that over there. 2/3. Expedite. McKindy Aeronaut. Loam Larva. Slaughter Drone. Spawnbinder Mage. Cinder Hellion. Unknown Shores. Originally it's from Theros block. Sweep Away. Seer's Lantern. Now we have Embodiment of Insight. That's the green elemental. We have some good synergy in these 6 packs. Interesting. Yeah, that's the normal amount. Weapons Trainer. Oh, that's such a good card. 2 mana for 3/2, and as long as you can just controlling an equipment, gives your other creatures +1/+0. It's incredible. 3rd one is Baloth Pup. Land card is Swamp. Yes, we got all 5 basic land types, but we did not get a colorless one. Token is Eldrazi Scion. Rare card is General Tazri. Very nice. That's our 2nd one of those. Strange that it comes up like that. And our foil card is Isolation Zone. That's a nice card, and I like having a foil version of it. That's pretty cool. When properly aligned, Hedrons become powerful tools of binding. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. We had some excellent 2 mythic rares, a foil. It's a good pack. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having a wonderful morning, a wonderful afternoon, and or a wonderful evening. And I hope tomorrow's even better. Take care, everyone.